folks. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Homestead Rescue. Uh, in the intro video, we explain the client situation here, and we spoke with the clients of what exactly they want. They say they don't want no high tech, no crazy elaborate stuff. They have a $1 million budget to work with, plus, whatever we sell, all the junk and trash and cars and everything on the property. So we have the contract. We got $1 million budget to work with, and we're just gonna do basically mostly a lot of cleanup. Um, gonna get rid of a lot of stuff. Infrastructure wise, um, they said they want to keep the house. Um, the sheds seem to be pretty sound. I mean, we don't need to do anything with them. I think they'll be alright where they're at. As far as trying to do a new layout here. Um, we're going to leave the truck outside the gate because everything we're going to be doing is going to be inside here. So, we are going to go into construction mode, and yeah, we're going to get this place cleaned up. We're going to go with new cow pen, new pig pen, new chicken pen. I'm thinking about, we're going to see where we're at. They do want to grow their own crop, so we're going to look into um, maybe buying some equipment to do some farming. We're gonna weigh out the options between the greenhouse and the farm plot and see what we got. So let's get on it here. Go down here, construction. Let's see what we do have in the greenhouse department here as far as growing. Um, some other type crops. These are all just regular garden. Uh, this is for all the tea. All right. Um, they're just like single. Um, here we go. It's the one. This is fruit, grain, right here. So this is $50,000. Smaller one's 25. Um, these are pretty cheap. Large, medium. This one is big straw too that we don't got. Let's start off with. Yeah, basically the ones that grow crops require straw. Yeah. No matter which one you want, if you get the glass ones or the covered ones, they still require water, manure, and straw. The manure is no problem. So that's the cheap way out with the greenhouses. They didn't really have nothing in the garden to grow grain crop. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get zoomed in here and let's start selling off everything we are not going. Oops, we are not going to keep. Okay. I'm curious what we're gonna get out of these cars here. Whoa, we might end up with quite a bit of money here. Wow. All right, well, let's see what we end up with. 4,500 a pop. I mean, five. We're getting some pretty good money for these old scrap cars. I'm not gonna complain one bit. I asked the owner what's up with all the old cars, and um, he said that his family, grandpa's father, other relatives, cousins and stuff, just basically used this back 40 as a junkyard instead of hauling them off to the dump. But that's okay because we got quite a bit of money out of that. That's nice. That is real nice. Gotta get these piles cleaned up. Old tractor. See, that's not worth much. Um, this car here didn't have nothing. Now this car is a beehive, so I'm pretty sure that the trigger was over here somewhere. We'll find out when we mow. We are gonna get rid of this. Oop, wrong one. 10,000, nice. Uh, we're gonna get rid of this well here too. These scraps. Oh, all this stuff that we don't need. Just a watering can. Um, all this trash got to go. And he just basically said all this trash is just over the years. This I guess this piece of property is all family owned down this whole road, and this couple has inherited, the very end lot here. Um, Actually, three lots here they end up with. Uh, Garbage. What else? Garbage. Um, so over the years, it's just family has used this back here as, I guess, place to retire their old cars and old equipment and stuff. So, all right, well, let's see. I think we pretty much got everything cleaned up. Now, this old storage barn is a iffy. Are we keeping it? Are we not? I think we're gonna keep that. Oh, where's the file? We are going to keep the shed, keep the house. Yeah, some more trash. Um, get rid of the outhouse, another car. They want to keep the house. Get rid of this well. Cool. And keep the sheds. And get rid of everything else. So now that oh yeah, we are going to get rid of this here. We're going to set them up with a nice solar system, and this old truck does not run. I'm going to get rid of the old gas tank just for sake. Get rid of the old trailer. Alright, guess we'll leave their chairs or grills or clothes pin on. Clothesline, I mean. Sorry about that. I get sidetracked a little bit because I'm looking around trying to see if there's anything else we need to get rid of. Alright, so let's go back in here to the equipment. Sell the old John Deere. Sell the trailer. Sell the mower. Sell the tedder. Well, that's such an antique to get rid of, you know what I mean? I think we might just hang on to that. Maybe move it somewhere else. That's not in the middle of the. How neat is this? Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Alright, so I need to find a spot to put this out of the way. So let's just tuck her about right here. Alright, that works for me. Other trash, that's the base. Trash right here. Alright, that pretty much got everything cleaned up. Let's take a real quick run around, look around. Everything looks cleaned up. Pretty good shape. Alright. Now it's time to get rid of all the weeds and bushes and grass and see what we're working with. Go here. And we are just going to clean house here pretty much. Now this thing is so irregular pretty much that we're going to have to kind of just wing a line where we're going to go with this. Right along this tree line here. Follow it back to about this tree line. Go over. see what we got here. Pretty close. Down this tree line, which is going to go behind the building. Pretty tight on the tree line here. Cross. Back here. Behind the house a little bit. Back across this way. Kind of trying to farther the tree line, kinda. And then back up to the gate. Alright. Go. Now, for the fun part. Ooh, I got big. You can just start running down here. And getting this all do everything. And then we'll come back and put in the roads. Figure out what we're going to do there. Oop. Oh, we're way out there on that one. Looks like we need to level. I need to level the land there a little bit. Smooth it out. Where the garden was, a couple other things was. So let's go ahead and get this all clear. We're going to try to set up a field back here in the back. Just a small field. You know, we was talking about doing the greenhouse with the sorry about that, folks. Trying to concentrate on what I'm doing here. Using the greenhouse to grow crops, but talking with the owners, they really want to try a little bit of farming, you know, and we got, you know, 1.1 million to work with, so I think that we could probably put something together for them pretty good here. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and get us some grass going. I'm not going to go with the full blown. I'm just going to go with the mediocre grass. Let it get some time to grow, do its thing. Now we do want to be careful around the house here. I don't want to get too, I'll leave some area around there. Maybe put some gravel down or something. I don't know. Figure something out. Well, I don't want it to be all growed up around there. So, alright. That looks alright. I don't even know why I didn't go ahead and just run it, but because we're going to be using the paint terrain to put in our paths and roads and stuff anyway, so. Alright. We got that. So it don't really matter. Why I'm being so tedious up there. Alright. Looking 100% better already. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's go look into this animal situation. And I think, you know, they don't want to go fancy, nothing crazy. So I think this is a nice little setup right here. You know, 20 cows. That's pretty good. Pretty small footprint. Um, I think we'll put this about, um, no, thinking. This thing is so out of whack here, that there's no straight line, so to speak. One of them dogs always barking at something. Um, how do we want to do this? I think we're gonna have to go with round, and we're gonna have to take and run us a line about, I'm gonna say about right here, and let's just try to go about as straight as we can back here. That'll work. I think that should give us plenty of room to put in these cow pasture that I want to put in about right here. Good. Okay, let's plop that there. No, we're gonna just go with the size that it is, or should we make it a custom? You know what, let's do a custom little setup here. And we'll come out about right here. Plop that down, and then, oh, we can't put no gate in? Oh, geez, oh, alright, well, I guess, we're not putting the gate in. Thought for sure that we could, but okay. So we're gonna go down here. Got a fence right here. Where's my other end at? Let's come through here about. What does that look like? Maybe on this side of the tree? Yeah, I think about right there is good. Hope it is anyway. Alright. Put meadows in? Sure. Alright. So there we go. That takes care of the cows. We need to add a manure silo. We got the perfect one. Where you at? Right here. Get this thing turned around. Get it placed about. That looks like a good spot. Alright, so we got the cows taken care of. We'll go down here and grab this. And we want to come up here and make us a little path somewhere like this. And this color here. Like something like that. Gotta kind of be careful how we do this. Make a bigger path than we need. Alright, so that takes care of the cows. Now, there's this little setup right here. Oh, turn back around. I think would be good for what we got going on here. We need a little separation. I wonder if we put this close enough that if it'll feed off of that manure. You know what? I think we're going to try that. Alright. And yes, okay, let's see, where's our pig pen start? Over here. Go out about, I don't know, something like that. Come back in here, give them some, oh, nice. Give them a little bit of wooded area to play around in back here. Can't tell what's straight and what's not. That's what we're going with. Alright. Yes. Whether it's straight, crooked, what have you, that's what we got. Alright. Go over here. Yeah, but we're gonna see if that'll connect to that one. I mean, if not, no big deal really. Alright. That. And a little bit of this. Alright, so that takes care of the cows, for milk cows and beef cows. Pigs for some porky. Alright, now we need to get our path ran over this away like this. Come out here, let's come across, okay, so, like this. Ooh. That wasn't very straight there, buddy. Something like this. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I mess this little spot up here. Might as well see if we can't utilize that. Put chicken pen. I mean, something like that maybe, huh? Beat them on that side, so I think we'll put it about right here. That looks alright. I'll go down here and grab us some more gravel. And we need to run it like yay. So that works. Run it like that. Looks pretty good. We can live with that. Now then, need to get this open back up. Alright. Now, right here was spawning point for the honey. You leave that open. Now we need to get ourselves a fuel tank here. That looks pretty old. Look up here. I think that's pretty big. Yeah, I think we need to go with something like this. Spin this around here a bit. Right about. Put it there. Should we put it down here by the thinking maybe let's put that right there. That works for me. We need to make this path kind of go somewhere like that. Get this all cleaned up here. So we're going to be putting bales. Oh, if we got any. There was another thing I wanted to add to that, and that will be this right here. I want to attach this inside of this barn. Right here. Ooh. That's the shortest one too. Anyway, we're going to attach this to right. Yeah. Alright. That'll work. Anyhow. And this is for hay and straw storage. That way, we got bales. We can put bales in here, and we can put hay and straw in there. Alright, takes care of that. Just clean it up here. Underneath the shed. My straight line just ain't very good, so it is what it is. Oh, all this cleaned up. Alright. Maybe we definitely need more out here on the front here. Have room to pull the equipment out. Round this off a little bit. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, so now that takes care of the animals. Now, we're going to hold off on the goats for milk because now that we got, dairy set up, dairy cow pen set up, so we can do dairy cows and beef cows. Now this is a pretty small homestead, so we don't need no big numbers as far as chickens. I think this chicken coop only holds, 20? And then you got the cows that I think only hold 20 something, pigs. So they're not big numbers, but this is a small homestead, so they don't need big numbers. We're trying to work with smaller stuff. Alright, so that takes care of that. We need to get some power going here. That would be under generator. Alright. Now, what do we want to set up here? I mean, that's pretty big. This should be enough power there. Property maybe? No? What else we got here? Everything's pretty expensive. one's well, think I think we're gonna go with this one here. I think we're gonna put it right out here in the front yard. Boom, just like that. Yep, that looks right. All right. So that takes care of power. That takes care of chickens, cows, and pigs. Now, we need a silo. You know what? Got in silos. Pretty expensive. These pretty high capacities. 1,000. These are pretty small. I mean, I don't know if I like that one. Let's see. Hmm. These are so expensive. Way too big. Man, everything is so expensive. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I think we're just going to go with the old vanilla. Just straight up vanilla. Well, we're going to put the field over here. Then we might want to plop this on this side. Alright. Good spot as any, right? Okay. Grab us some gravel here. Get this thing all graveled in. Well, looks good to me. Okay. We got ourselves a silo. I got lots of land here, which reality, mow all of this. Turn it into hay. Or we can just make us a field. Let's see. Pretty sure there was something in. Yes, apple trees. Apple trees. Is this apple trees? What is this? Well, that's tea trees. Oh, okay. Thought I had apple trees. Anyway, so let's think about equipment now. Now that we got everything in place, I think we're in good shape on what we need for sustainability. Alright, so we're going to take a truck here. Go ahead. Park it under here for now. And let's start looking into some equipment here. I'm thinking this tractor right here is a pretty good all-around tractor for smaller homesteads. Plenty of horsepower. Go with a little wider tire setup. Yeah, why not? Sure. The thing that we do need is we need a front end loader. I'm not sure which one's best here, but we'll go with quick for now. We could change it later. It's another thing. Well, I'm glad we were on the subject here because we need a workshop. Um, 113. Alright. That's going to be the workhorse of the farm. Yes, the workshop. I believe we have ourselves a nice little workshop set up here. Let's see if it's, yes, this one right here. I think it's gonna be good for the farm. Where do we want to put it? I think we're gonna set this right over here next to our shed, right at the front entrance. That'll work. Alright. So that gets us set up with a workshop. Let's go ahead and do this. I like that. That looks pretty good. Alright. Yeah, this is a pretty nice little workshop. I think it'd go good with this little farm here. Little setup. Yeah, not bad. Huh? What do you think, guys? Pretty cool. Workshop trigger inside, right here. Alright. Alright, so that takes care of another thing there. Workshop. Okay. Now, lights. what do we want to do about light? I mean, we got all kinds of stuff here now. I can't never get these things to fit on these buildings right where I want them. So I would like to use, you know, something like this. Be cool, but I just can't never get them to fit where I want them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to quite get that to work. Oh well. Oh, what does these do? I have such a hard time lining stuff up like that, so I think we're just gonna go with the old street lights. There is one in here. There it is. This is like my old 70s light. Like I grew up on the old school street lights. So we'll put one there. We'll put one down here. Right there. I think I want something smaller or up by the house entrance. I'm not sure what we're gonna go with. Looks like it's already got a little street light out there, so maybe we'll put one right in front of the chicken pen there. And maybe we'll put one right here. And one right here. And one, I think this one probably needs a, well, it looks like it's got a light on it already. No. How well it'll light up. I think I might just go with, oh, well, one that or not. Is this, oh, this one comes out pretty far. Like that, maybe? Huh. We're gonna try it out. See what happens. Alright, so that's good enough for the lights, I think. Be plenty. Now, save these fine folks' progress. Right. See, now we need to work on getting them some equipment. I've got a tractor here. going to be the workhorse. Now, I think we need to get them a auger here. Well, this thing here hauls about damn near everything. Alright, so I'm going to grab this thing here. Now that takes care of all of our grain needs. All the field work should. I mean, it's entirely up to the owners what they want to grow, but as a homesteader dealing with chickens and pigs both, I would just concentrate on growing sorghum. That would be my main yearly crop for feeding the chickens and the pigs. I would try to make sure I got, oh, I should put that one in there. All up on the new grass. Okay, so that takes care of, wow buddy, you a real class act driver here. Come on now, get with the program. Dang it buddy. I might get this thing parked sooner or later. Wow, what's going on here? This thing's not wanting to fit in here? That's not good. Y'all bear with me folks. My parking skills ain't too good today, apparently. Go in there? Alright. Got it in there. Jeez. Alright. So that takes care of that. Now, we need to get ourselves a cultivator that we can create a field with. We need to get ourselves a planter. If they want to grow other crops, they could buy their own seeder, but I'm concentrating on a sustainable homestead, which is going to bring us to getting a planter. Alright, so here's what we're going to create this field with. Ooh. And I'm thinking maybe two small fields. Oh shit. Okay. Just one long skinny field. And we're just gonna go with one long skinny field. So what we need to do is we need to put on create field, lower, and go with it. Get us a field going here. Now what I'll do maybe is I'll just go ahead and just do one big field, and then we'll go into construction mode and maybe split it in half or something like that. But for now, we're just trying to get them a good little spot to be able to grow crops to feed the pigs and the chickens. So that's what we're doing. Alright, so now we got outline done. Let's just go right on through here and get this wrapped up. Like I said, we might go in here and split the field up into two fields. Now remember, they own two other pieces of property here next door to us. I mean, we could very easily put a big field in there, but I'm not really sure what they want to do there. So the main goal is to get this main part of the property homestead sustainable, to be able to just live off of this part of the land. And once they get a really good foothold on their homestead, they can always make improvements, you know, now that we make sure that they got the proper equipment to be able to do the job. So this is coming along really well. Looking pretty promising. Pretty promising. Yeah, I think we might split this into two small fields, smaller fields. Tidy it up a little bit. I'm just trying to get a basic outline of what we're working with here. wider out there. And remember, folks, the goal is for them to be able to have a sustainable homestead, so doesn't really require like cash crops or that make extra income. Now we could plop down a greenhouse, or even another little garden like they had down before. I'd rather go with the greenhouses. It seems like they produce a little better. But either way, we could probably plop one of them down to supplement, the veggie situation, and use the fields for, crops to feed the animals. Now, as far as the grass goes, we had the property next door just wide open. Like we can mow all the grass that we want, and turn it into hay. So we don't really need to worry about none of this over here. For growing grass. Alright. Thinking that's pretty good right there. And we can work with that. So this thing parked in the shed. I'm not sure that the I'm not sure that the combine's even going to fit in this shed. One that we're going to recommend them for. Well, buddy, your backing skills just are very, very good today, buddy. Alright. Now the question is, do we want to keep this in one field, or do we want to make this two? I'm going to go with two. So let's go back over here. And we will make this go round. Something like that. Let's go around something like that. We'll take all this out. Go around here. Take all this out. That looks fairly good. It looks alright. Oop. Alright. That'll work. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. Alright, so now we have field. We need to get a planter. And we need to get, what else was it that we needed? A planter, a combine. We need a planter. I think we are going to go with this 9-row right here. And of course, you know, we're going to change it to John Deere color because we are John Deere community. Alright, so this will take care of planting sorghum. Now they will have to buy their own seed and fertilizer, all that good stuff. My job is to make sure they have the necessary means to do all this. Wow, man, this really tight fits in the shed here. I have to, I want to say this thing here is removable by itself. There we go. Now let's see if we can get this bad girl in here. There we go. Ooh, ridge markers hit. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now we need ourselves a combine. We were looking at this guy right here. The bigger engine, of course. None of that. None of that. None of that. Color. You know what? We're just going to keep it. We're just going to keep it what it is. Alright. Let's get that bought. We need a header for this thing. I think we're going to go with the smallest one. We got little fields. We don't need nothing crazy, so I'm going to go with this one here. Alright, now that should do it. For the field equipment. Oh no, 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 no. We need a fertilizer. Man, I hope this thing fits through the gate. I hate to have to tear the gate down. Man, I don't know, folks. If I'll make it through the gate or not. Ooh, man, that was so close. If we'd have got the wider head, that would have never happened. Now, I do not think this thing is going to fit under here. Alright, well, combine will fit underneath there, but not the header on it. So, I think we'll take the header right there. But that's close. That is close. Oh, I think it got a camera on it. I don't like that camera. Alright, so looks like we've got this place pretty well set up. Have a fuel station here. Yes, okay, so let's go ahead and pay for that. Now we got plenty of fuel. Now we need to figure out something about what we're going to do about seed and fertilizer. Are we, or should I say, are they going to go buy station. Are they just going to buy pallets of seed, or are they going to? Another thing I forgot about water. Don't know if anything requires water, but where do we want to put water? We definitely may need water, so we're going to plop you right there. You look like a good spot for you. Well, we got water now on the property. Alright, so there we go. I don't like the way that thing sticks way out there like that. We might have to move that, huh? Put it back over here. There we go. Now that's much better. That's out the way. Alright. So now we are pretty well set. I do believe this will be a sustainable homestead. They have updated tractor, updated equipment. Now, what we don't got is we don't have the equipment to mow, to grass the hay. We'll grab this, and we're going to grab this. And then we can mow the field next door. They have all this land over here, plenty of grass to mow. And they can mow the grass and go right behind it with the forage wagon. The forage wagon need a tether. Mow it. Tether it. Whoa. Oh. Don't have a grass to hay forge. Is there a cheap one, or do we just get tether and expensive. Gee, expensive. So yeah, I think we'll maybe plot that down. Our choices are get a tether or incremental. I think then we'll go with a tether. And then you don't really have to worry about bailing. If they want to bail, they can bail. Otherwise, they got pretty far. Alright, well, that's what it is, right? Getting to be in a pretty big equipment area. Alright. I got nowhere to plot this, so let's go ahead and park this in here. Park it in the back. And now we need ourselves a tether. And that should about do it. For everything we need for this homestead. Alright. Hey, tether, 6,000. What does this do? 4. 30 horsepower, 68. Maybe we'll just go with this one. And what is a windrow? 4. I think we'll go with this one. Alright. Now we should be all set here. Let's see if we can get most of these loads on here. Yes. I wonder if you could tether and oops. Windrow at the same time. Not for us to find out for the clients when they move back in how they want to handle this. But we're just setting them up with the proper equipment to do all this. Looks like a pretty good spot right here to me. Drop the first one off. My driving skills ain't too good, folks. Okay, that looks like that is gonna be a wrap. We have upgraded, updated this homestead, and I believe we are in good shape. So let's run down the checklist and make sure we have everything we need. Oh, right off the bat, I already see one thing we don't got. We need a fertilizer. But outside of that, so we got the cows for milking and beef. We got pigs for pork. We have chicken for eggs and poultry. We have power. We have water. We have fuel. We have hay barn, both for bales and for loose hay and straw. We have 2 fields. We have a silo, and equipment wise, we have a new harvester with a grain head, an auger wagon, a planter, a cultivator, a forage wagon, and of course the tractor. We need to go get ourselves a fertilizer, and that will about do it for this homestead. I mean, we came in way below budget. That ought to make them happy. We've gotten everything that they need for a sustainable homestead. Um, Basically, all that's left is to move in, buy the livestock that they want, and how many, and yeah, go from there. I mean, they can take some of the extra money, buy some, wrong one, pallets. Now, if they're going to use manure, fertilizer, I say, we'll get both of them. They have plenty of money left over to afford. These are both cheap, so it's not like spending an arm and a leg. Alright, so there we go. We got that. Let's see. Good deal. Right on. Alright. Now we'll take care of our fertilizer needs. Don't know if the clients want me to furnish the animals in this budget, or if they want to handle it. I'll have to make a phone call real quick and see how they want to handle this. Alright, so they want me to go ahead and get the animals, and they'll take care of the rest. Now they're going to need a pallet trailer. So we are going to get them this thing here for them to buy pallets of feed and stuff. Alright. Let's grab this. I'm pretty sure that's going to about wrap it up for the equipment. They should be pretty well set. So we're going to get two milk cows, 10 chickens, 10 hens, 1 rooster, and 4 pigs, I think would be plenty. Now I'm not going to buy any feed or fertilizer or any seed or anything like that. We're going to leave that up to the client to do all that. They got plenty of money left to handle this. We're way ahead on the budget, but plenty of money. I mean, we could have probably did some better upgrades, but they didn't want that. They wanted to keep it simple. And they wanted to keep their old house. They wanted to keep everything simple and nothing real fancy, so that's what they got. Nothing fancy. Easy, simple, sustainable living. Alright. So let's go over here. And let's grab them. 2 milk cows down here and grab grab a couple younger ones. Oop. Grab 2 of them. Alright, so that's beef and milk. Let's grab ourselves some little guy. Grab 4 of them. We'll grab ourselves 1 boar. 1 of them. Alright, should be good for pig, cow. Grab some chicken. Grab us a young cock. And grab 10 hens. Alright, so we got chickens, we got cows, we got pigs. Now the sheep. What are we gonna do about sheep and goats? I think that we're just gonna let that go for now. This should be plenty for them to get started. So let's take one quick look around, make sure that everything is good. Alright, folks. I think we have ourselves a winner here. We'll get a hold of the clients, tell them that we are done with their project, and then they can move back in, and we save them quite a bit of money. We made quite a bit off of selling the scraps and stuff, so pretty much did this for right under $500,000. So I think we did really good on setting it up for, you know, the budget. Maybe they give me a really good bonus for completing this way under budget. But, alright folks, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Homestead number 1 in the books. Successful. Believe it will be a very good sustainable homestead. Got all the right ingredients for it. Now it's just left up to the homeowners to move back in and make it work. So, appreciate y'all watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video, in the next homestead, and see what we can get ourselves into. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.